All right, guys, we got a good C ration today. It's the meal individual beefsteak B3A. I don't think we've done a B3 unit yet. What that indicated, if I'm not mistaken, was what kind of dessert was in it. Now, anybody can correct me, but I think that's what it meant. Had different sides, if you will. But we got beefsteak for sure. We'll see how it lasted through the years. Again, you can see the box. Obviously some leakage, but it is 53 years old. This meal came from 1968 in November is when it was actually boxed and taken out of cold storage in 1972. So had I eaten it 15, 20, 30 years earlier, we'd have probably been all right, but we'll see what happens. Again, the box, you can see right away, a lot of leakage. Right on top, we've got the accessory packet, and it has cigarettes in it. We see that right away. Whoops, there we go. It has cigarettes in it. The spoon is stuck to the back.
Yeah, there's a lot of leakage on this one.
Smells kind of sweet.
Maybe the dessert busted.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, it's not like a tomatoey smell. It's like a sweet smell, but we'll get to that here shortly. We'll need that toilet paper pretty soon. Oh, look at there, grape jam right on the top. It looks like something has oozed out of the top of the grape jam. And that the cardboard is definitely stuck to the back. I had somebody comment that when they had the C rations, they would take the main course and of course pop the seal a little bit and then just light the whole box on fire, and that was how much they heated it up. That was kind of funny. That was their heater.
Wow.
Okay, this is light. I'm guessing this is the, here we go, B3 unit, open other end. We will do that. That looks amazingly intact. So we'll check that out. Oh, let's see here. Can you see this here? Yeah, that's oh, those are peaches. And I don't know if you can hear that, but it doesn't sound like peaches. And of course this can is real popped up. It's not totally dry, but it doesn't sound like it should, I don't think.
So a lot of fruit in this one. Peaches.
Yeah. And again, look at that. I mean, that is just stuck together. Yeah. Okay, and we've got some cocoa beverage powder. That was only made good by adding the cream and the sugar that comes in the accessory pack. That was my experience anyway. And finally, oh boy, this is going to be one of those. Right away you can see all the rust on top of the box here, and you can see there are holes in it where the rust has eaten through. So we will try to, at least it doesn't smell bad at this point.
Yeah, I don't smell anything. That's actually a surprise.
Oh, here we go. Beef steak with spices. Yeah. Look at that box. It's just in really bad shape, of course. But we didn't expect a whole lot, I guess. All right. Now, I've had people ask me to tell stories or tell, because every once in a while I'll allude to something. And I thought, the boys always enjoyed this. I have 4 sons, and they seem to enjoy this particular story. When I was in boot camp, and again, I don't know if things are different now, but whoever was tallest or had the most experience in like junior ROTC, stuff like that, they would make the tallest and the guy with the most experience the guide. He carried the guide on. That was the stick that carried, in my case, it was platoon 3059. He was like your representative. He marched in the front of the column on the right. And then from there, they took all the next tallest guys and/or guys with experience and made them into squad leaders. Well, I was second tallest guy. I might have been tallest, but I had no military experience. And there was a fellow there. If he wasn't as tall as me, he was almost as tall as me, but he also had junior ROTC experience. So he was the guide, and I was the 4th squad leader. And then there was a 3rd squad leader, 2nd squad leader, and 1st squad leader. And the guide, as I recall, marched in front of me. He might have been on the other side. It's been a long time. But anyway, so when we would go down to get ready to go to the chow hall, we were on the third deck of a 3-level brick building. That was where our barracks was, on the very top. And when they would say fall out for chow, you'd have to run down as fast as you could, get all lined up, and you had to be all lined up. Your squad, I was the 4th squad leader, my squad had to be all lined up before the drill instructor got in front of us and said, right face, forward march. If you weren't ready, the squad leader got in trouble. And that varied from, they'd wrap a towel around your head, in my case, wrap a towel around my head and take me in the gear locker and smack me around a little bit, or make you do extra physical training, push-ups, sit-ups, different things like that. So, and sometimes just yell at you. And so when we would come down, you do a thing called dress right, and everybody looks to their left, you hold out your left arm. As a squad leader, I did. And then everybody to my left looked to the right, and they would get lined up with me, just so we were one long straight line. Well, there was one guy we got that was what they call a retread, and that was, for some reason, either discipline or academically, he didn't make it through a series of of things in boot camp, so he got sent back, kind of like taking this 2nd grade again. So this guy was a retread, and he was about as tall as I was, but once you got what we call retreaded, that was not a good thing, and those guys had a pretty high fall out of the Marine Corps ratio. They didn't even make it through boot camp a lot of times, if they once got sent back. So this guy thought he knew more than all of us, because he'd been on the island longer than everybody else was, but he was in my squad. And he would take his time coming down the steps when they'd say fall out for chow, and because he was about as tall as me, in boot camp you lined up, the tallest guy was in the front of the column, and then it went in descending order. That was why you would always look, because if you needed to switch, because you were a little taller than the guy in front of you, you had to swap out. But over time, you knew where your place was in the column. Well, when a new guy comes in, and he's almost as tall as me, he has to go all the way to the front of the line, get in, and everybody else has to shift down. So all my guys were always shifting down about the time the drill instructor came out and said, right face, forward march, which meant I was always in trouble. Well, I got tired of being in trouble, and if you didn't want to be in trouble, you had to do something about it. So I'd had enough. One morning or afternoon, I don't even remember when it was, fall out for chow. I waited at the bottom of the stairwell for this clown who took his time, sauntered down the steps like he had all the time in the world, and got me in trouble. And I said, I'm not going to use any expletives, because there were a lot of them that flew that day. I said, move and get in line, because you're getting me in trouble. And he said, you can't tell me what to do. I've been on the island longer than you have. And I just hauled off and smacked him, just right in the face. He got up, hit me, I hit him, and all of a sudden, I hear this yelling, and this guy comes up. It's another drill instructor from another platoon, had seen me hit the guy first. He grabbed me, pulled me down, and starts just screaming in my ear, who do I think I am? Do I think I'm better than everybody else? I mean, just giving me a ration. And it was intense, because I didn't know who the drill instructor was. He was from somewhere else. My drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Seymour, I think it was Sergeant Seymour, God bless you if you ever see this video. He came over and he said, the guy was a gunnery sergeant. He said, Gunny, I've got this, I'll handle this. He's my Marine, I'll take care of this. So the gunnery sergeant walked off. He sent us in the line, and I thought, I'm dead meat, because I did hit the guy first, but I was sick of dealing with this thing. We get to the chow hall, we get in the chow line, and Seymour walks up to me and he says in a real loud voice, says, Schneiderman, do you like Marine Corps food? And guys, I love Marine Corps food. I don't care if it was in the chow hall, if it was on a ship in the Navy, it was in an Air Force base where I was stationed for a while, or C rations and MREs. I liked everything they served me in the Marine Corps. I said, yes, sir. And you always had to respond real loud and real enthusiastically, sir, yes, sir. And he looked at the chow hall chief and he said, this man's on double rations for the rest of the week. I couldn't believe it. And he leaned over to me and he said, personally, I don't care if you kill the guy, just don't let anybody see you. And now, of course, he didn't really mean that I should kill the guy, but he just meant, don't let anybody see if you got to take care of business. Took that to heart, because that came into play later. But anyway, I got double rations for the week. I didn't get in any trouble. I was a happy Marine, and I'll tell you what, that was a good day. That was a red letter day for me. I'll never forget that. So there's a little story. People have been asking me for one. That's one right there. So, well, let's get to it here. So we'll open our accessory pack first and get the toilet paper out so we have something to wipe our hands off, because this whole thing is just full of, I'm just covered with rust here and slimy stuff. Well, first off, look at there, guys.
Wow.
Marlboro cigarettes. We won't open these. We did on the last one. I won't open these. I might figure out something to do with those later. But
that's cool.
Marlboro Class A cigarettes. There were 4 in them. And again, the guys that didn't smoke, they traded with them and traded for other things, sold them or traded for different things, different food items. So we've got some Marlboros. Our standard instant coffee. Again, it's not, you know, let me just, you know.
Don't tell me 50-some-year-old coffee.
It's,
oh yeah, it still feels powdery. It's supposed to feel.
Yeah, I can hear it, still hear
powder.
So there we go.
Huh.
That's interesting. Now this, oh yeah, this is the creamer. Feel that? That's hard. That's actually brittle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't sound. Cream shouldn't sound like that. The salt is still granular.
Yeah.
Interesting there. Sugar, yeah, sugar's just real full, but it's still granular.
Yeah, it feels. Yep. Wow.
Got our toilet paper. We'll open that here in a minute to wipe our hands. Matches, 53-year-old matches. Let's see what happens. I got. Whoa!
Oh, goodness.
I mean, we got to go look at that. I think they all went
I think
up.
they all.
Wow. Wow, that was a flash.
All of them.
Wow. I mean, and they just
It was like a firework.
never had that happen.
They must have made them like where they just, well, I don't know what they put on the tips there, but
Yeah,
goodness.
one of the sparks must have flown up. I ended up pulling 2 off. I didn't realize that. So when I started the one, the other one started and just, poof. That was
That's crazy.
That was too much excitement for me. And then, of course, we have our chiclets, and this is spearmint.
Ah, so we do have different flavors.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we'll set all that aside. Now, we're going to get our toilet paper open. We opened the toilet paper from an MRE last time and counted the sheets. You remember that? Should we see how many sheets are in this?
Yeah, 24 in the newer MREs.
All right, let's just see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 17, 21, 22, 23, 24. So standard issue must be 2 dozen at a time.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if a 2020 MRE is the same thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to check that out. Let's see. We're going to rinse our hands off good now. I'll tell you that. I've got a lot of junk on my hands. A lot of residue. Again, toilet paper was used for all kinds of things, not just what you standardly use toilet paper for. So, thinking about the order to do things, the B3 unit that usually has crackers and candy of some kind in it.
Okay.
We're gonna wait with that because that's in the best shape. That has the best chance of being good or edible. So we're gonna wait with that till the end.
Okay.
And we'll start with our grape jam. Oh, that's still.
There's a
did you
hiss.
hear that?
Yeah, I heard the hiss.
That surprises me because maybe it was the peaches that leaked.
Yeah, we've had that before. We thought something was compromised, and it turns out that something else leaked onto it and made it look like.
Yep, that's right. Golly, there's liquid in this. This really surprises me.
I think the last one we opened, it was all dry.
Yeah. Oh no! Remember, it had the motor oil look. I remember it now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And this one, in a way, does as well. So let's. So you see the can has some nasty up there. Let's just see. I'd like to get it all out in one big lump. So we will just sort of get behind it there. You know, it feels like, yeah, well.
That's almost edible.
You know, what happens at this stage of the game with this stuff is it just smells so much like metal. Yeah. Not much grape smell anymore. Got a little on the, yeah, no, it just smells, it smells like metal and like some kind of chemical. It doesn't smell right. So, I mean, look at the spoon. Look how black that, it looks like tar. It doesn't look like, much like grape anymore, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, okay.
Inedible, but
Inedible, that's right. So now we have our peaches, which never heard that sound come from peaches before. And this can was definitely compromised.
no hissing.
No hissing, and it's all real flexible. The whole can is. In fact, I got to be careful so I don't punch my finger through it at all. I just got poked down below there. All right, peaches that are canned peaches that are 53 years old. Phew. Wow.
Mmm.
Oh, that just smells not right.
Oh yeah, that is amazing how when that's sealed, that it looks awful, but it doesn't smell too bad. When it becomes unsealed, it suddenly becomes rancid.
Yeah, and it does, doesn't it? Look at the stuff that's left in there. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. It's like stuck to the side of the can.
Yeah.
And they look exactly the same, but this smells like 10 times worse than this does.
Yes, it does. Let's see here. I don't want to cross-contaminate the grape jam into the peaches. Oh, look at that. Look, you still have the individual peaches.
Oh yeah, they're like slices. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, peach slice. I tell you, peaches were fantastic.
Oh really?
And if you got a pound cake,
Peaches
watch
and
out.
pound
Peaches and pound cake, baby. Look at that. That. Is there any color on the inside? No, they're black.
They're black all the way through.
Through and through. Yeah,
you
they
can still
are.
tell the shape though.
Oh yeah, you definitely can. I mean, check that one out right there.
It basically, it looks like they gave you a whole peach at least.
Oh yeah, that's right. Inside, that's
Cut
right.
out, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now what we're going to have to do, we're going to get, before this video's over, I'm going to go get some more matches, and we're going to just for fun see if there's enough, because there's such a petroleum kind of smell coming out of there. I got to see if they light.
Yeah, they light on fire.
Yeah, we got to
peaches
try
light
that.
up. Let's do it.
We'll do that. All right. So we have our grape jam. Oh, wait, we got a little napkin there. We don't want to contaminate that. There we go. And our peaches. Let's tuck into some beefsteak with spices. See how that goes over. Yeah, I'm just cutting right through this thing.
Yeah, it's like the can is corroded.
Yeah, it's not even a problem. It's like I could probably look at it hard and it would start breaking. Of course I say that and then I get gummed up here and I'm not able to get a munch because there's so much corrosion on the outside.
It's like the beefsteak ate through the can.
It's not supposed to do that. There we go.
Oh wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you beefsteak with spices. Now, this is interesting.
Like
yeah.
Oh.
Let's check that out.
That's crazy. I wondered how it would be.
There's one.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
Can't hardly.
There's two. There's three.
I see why that spoon is sharp on the other end.
Well, back in the day, look at that. It's eaten through here. A whole. It's probably a big glob of fat there. As I recall, these would be in rounds, and I'm trying to remember if they were, chopped beef and then pressed together. It seems like they were like that. So this might have been a big pocket of fat right there, or something that's kind of missing. But anyway, let's. Yeah, they just smell like metal.
So you wouldn't want to put them in some water and reconstitute.
Well, that's it. I was wondering about. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just. This has so much rust and junk in it. Of course, they all really do. But I'll take the. I think this was the one on the. Let's see. This is the one on the inside. This is the most protected from rust. So we'll put that there. Let's add a little water to it. You know, they have dried fruit. Maybe that's all this is just a little bit dried out. So we'll just leave that soak. At least it doesn't stink like, you know, like nasty bad food yet. We'll let that soak a little longer. There we go. Let's see here. So we got our cocoa beverage powder. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab into our kit here. There we go. I did wipe this out last time fairly. We'll wipe it down good just in case. That was one thing in the field. Probably things were a little less than they should have been as far as cleanly goes, but that helped build immunities. Now, of course, you have to be a little. I have to be a little careful because this is this could be bad stuff here. But in the field, it just didn't taste good sometimes. Well, here we go with our powder. So that's still kind of, you can see it's kind of dried out good. Okay.
Huh.
Let me see how it smells.
Actually doesn't look, you know, I thought it might be black or something like that, but it
doesn't smell very good, I'll tell you that. No, it does. I mean, yeah, it doesn't. I don't know what it smells like, but it doesn't smell any. We'll go for the old chocolate milk.
Now, would it have like powdered milk in it?
It was cocoa powder. You know, let's take a look here.
Because if it had powdered milk, that powdered milk's probably really bad.
It says dry milk.
Yeah.
That's the main ingredient.
That's
sugar,
probably,
cocoa. Yeah.
That's what smells so bad.
Okay. Yeah. We might have to let those big chunks soak a bit and see if they don't see if they don't dissolve a little better. Yeah, we'll just set. In fact, we'll set that right. We'll set that aside. So we've got our beefsteak soaking. Oh, that's really nasty smelling. Keep our beefsteak moist. Ooh, it's getting kind of soft feeling. There we go. And let's go to our B3A unit. Open at the other end. Got ants already on this thing.
The ants aren't scared of it.
Yeah, no, they're all over on it. Remind me of that. Don't
maybe
do that
they'll.
again.
Maybe there's something good in this.
Maybe that's an indicator.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this can is remarkably in good shape. There's no compromise. I can still hear the stuff inside. No hiss.
Yeah. That's a good sign.
Yes, I would say so.
I can tell it's coming back to you because you're getting way faster at opening these cans.
Well, and the other thing too about them is when they don't have the corrosion, it's a lot easier to do it. You know, that makes it. I can smell chocolate or something like. Yeah, definitely. All right. Boy, look how shiny that is on the inside still.
It looks like really looks good. Wow. Yeah, they're crackers. Cool.
Okay, let's dump our crackers.
How do they smell?
They smell like candy because there's chocolate in it.
Yeah, it's kind of, they've absorbed a lot of different.
Oh my word.
What is it?
Beach vanilla cream.
Oh wow.
So it's got probably a chocolate on the outside and then creamy on the inside.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. This was a sweet pack overall. You got the peaches, jam, chocolate,
kind of counteract
and even chocolate, hot cocoa powder.
Yeah,
they had a lot of sweet stuff in this one.
Yeah, let's take a look at our cocoa powder. Speaking of which, yeah, we still have the lumps and clumps of hot cocoa in there. Yeah, they're just hard as little rocks. I don't think that's going to dissolve. Yeah, it smells soured. Definitely smells soured. Set that aside again. Let's see here. So we've got our beefsteak. Let's see if it's made this smell any better. No.
No.
Definitely not made it better.
So we're not going to reconstitute and eat that.
No, we're not doing any such a thing. That was an idea that it's called the epic fail. No way.
All right.
Let's take a look here. That's not good. When the boy, I'd really like to see this taste good.
50-year-old chocolate with milk and stuff in it, that's a hard thing to keep. Huh.
Look at that.
Vanilla, I mean, it's amazing to me how, like, at
Looks
least
like
you
a
can
Reese's.
tell what it is. Yeah, it looks like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh yeah, it's definitely sour. I mean, it's...
Yeah, the milk is, it's like sour milk.
Yeah,
that's
it's
exactly
sour milk.
what's happened.
Yeah, so we're not putting this to the old palate. No, not today. But that is very interesting. I don't remember that Beecher's vanilla cream before. That's very interesting. So, good looking for how old it is. It's remarkably in good shape, but it's not edible. Our beefsteak, inedible. Grape jam.
Oh, you know, we have the gum. Is the gum good? That's the last
Well,
thing.
and the crackers here.
Based on the smell, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
no,
give
the
them
crackers smell like soured milk because they've been with that chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we were going to talk about lighting something on fire, weren't we? Or trying.
That's true.
Let's
get
look
some
at that.
matches.
Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna.
Will it light up?
Don't think so.
No.
Well, that's kind of good, I guess.
It does smell like yeah, petroleum or
Something
something.
petroleum based. Yeah, let's try this one here, where it's got some fruit stuff in it. With that,
No.
no, it doesn't
Shoot.
look like it.
I
Well,
was kind of hoping it would just.
yeah, right, like a souffle. Uh-huh. Well, guys, that was fun. I think we got to try the gum though. Let's see here. We've got our chiclets. I'm gonna leave, my hands are a little stained here, so it's Adam's Chiclets gum, spearmint. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Asa, if you would like to grab a piece out of there, I don't want to contaminate it.
All right.
And I hit that one pretty good.
Cheers.
Cheers. The good gum.
It is good.
Amazing. 53-year-old gum today.
Wow.
Well, guys, thanks for hanging out. Let's open another one.